Chaos to clarity. The real cost of messy data. Billions quietly disappear every year. Here's a number nobody wants to put on a slide. Your company is very likely bleeding millions, sometimes tens or hundreds of millions, every single year because the data you trust isn't trustworthy. And the worst part? Most of that money vanishes so quietly that nobody ever pins it on bad data. It gets written off as supply chain issues, forecasting error, marketing inefficiency, or just one of those quarters. But it's not random. It's the direct, measurable cost of staying in the messy data stage while pretending you're ready for AI. Gartner has been saying for years that poor data quality costs the average organizations somewhere between 15 and 25% of revenue. For a $2 billion company, that's $300 to $500 million a year gone. For a $50 billion company, it's $7.5 to $12.5 billion. And those are conservative estimates from before generative AI started amplifying every mistake. The SoftServe 2025 study put even sharper numbers on it. 58% of leaders already admit they make most big decisions on inaccurate data. 60% say just getting the data they need, when they need it, is a constant fight. And yet 73% of them have diverted budget away from fixing the foundation into shiny AI experiments that quietly fail for exactly this reason. Let me make that cost real with stories you've probably lived. A global consumer goods company overproduced a seasonal product by 30% because marketing and sales were looking at two different versions of sell-through. Marketing's dashboard counted units shipped to retail. Sales counted units scanned at registers. Nobody noticed the definitions were different until warehouses were stuffed with product that would eventually be sold at a 60% discount. Total hit: just under $40 million in excess inventory and markdowns. The AI demand forecasting pilot got blamed and quietly killed. A major retailer lost an estimated $90 million in one quarter because its promotional pricing engine was trained on historical data that accidentally included test transactions from staging environments. The model thought certain products always sold out in hours. It told the pricing team to jack prices right before Black Friday. Customers walked away, went to competitors, and the company spent the next 6 months trying to win them back with coupons. Again, the AI got called not ready for prime time. The data was the real culprit. JP Morgan Chase, the same bank that's now crushing it with AI, openly admits that before their multi-year data cleanup, false positives in their fraud models were costing them hundreds of millions annually in unnecessary holds and lost customer goodwill. One single mismatched field in transaction metadata was enough to flag legitimate wires as suspicious. Multiply that by millions of transactions, and you're talking real money walking out the door. Even Amazon, the company everyone thinks has perfect data, still carries scars from its messy days. In the early 2010s, inventory misplacements caused by bad product ID matching were costing them hundreds of millions a year in lost sales and expedited shipping to fix stockouts that didn't actually exist. Fixing the structure, not buying more servers, is what turned that bleed into the profit machine we know today. The hidden toll on AI, a Fortune 500 manufacturer's wake-up call. Then there's the story of a $3.8 billion industrial equipment manufacturer, a classic Fortune 500 giant in heavy machinery, that decided to chase AI ambitions in 2023. They hired top talent, threw money at cloud infrastructure, and kicked off a dozen predictive maintenance and supply chain optimization pilots. Sounds great, right? Except 8 out of 10 of those projects crashed before ever hitting production. 80% failure rate, straight out of the MIT playbook on why AI flops at scale. The culprit? Data quality so bad it made the models useless. 12% of records were duplicates across siloed systems. Sensor data from factories came in inconsistent formats, some in metric, some imperial, timestamps off by hours. Supplier feeds had mismatched part numbers that nobody had standardized. The benchmark hit them hard. An $8.7 million annual cost just from poor data quality based on industry averages. Leadership finally called in experts for an 18-month overhaul. They audited every pipeline, enforced data contracts between teams, and built automated validation layers. The result? A 95% drop in AI project failures. $12 million saved yearly from reduced rework and faster insights. Time to insight cut by 40%. Suddenly, those pilots weren't dying in the lab. They were rolling out to factories, predicting breakdowns before they happened, and saving millions more in downtime. It wasn't sexy, but it turned data from a drag into a weapon. And it proves what happens when you finally quantify the mess. The savings aren't theoretical, they're immediate, and they compound. These aren't outliers. They're the norm dressed up as exceptions. The money disappears in 6 predictable places: excess or obsolete inventory from bad forecasts, wasted marketing spend targeting the wrong customers you think you have instead of the ones you actually have, fraud and risk systems that either miss real threats or annoy good customers, manual rework, analysts spending 80% of their time reconciling instead of analyzing, delayed product launches because nobody trusts the market sizing data, and the biggest one, failed or heavily delayed AI projects that burn cash for 18 months and then get shelved. Add it up and you get numbers that would make any CFO sweat if they were labeled correctly as cost of messy data. The tragedy is how avoidable it is. The SoftServe study showed that small group of companies with mature data foundations, proper cleaning plus real structuring, aren't just saving money, they're printing it. 44% opened brand new revenue streams. 38% are monetizing data directly. 54% saw productivity jumps. Almost half report dramatically better forecasting accuracy in forecasting and decision-making. They didn't get lucky. They stopped treating data quality as a side project and started treating it as core infrastructure. But most companies won't see those savings because the cost is invisible until it's too late. It's death by 1,000 cuts. A slightly high inventory buffer here, a slightly mistargeted campaign there, a slightly delayed product launch over there. By the time anyone connects the dots, the money's already gone, and the AI team is taking the fall. So here's the uncomfortable question to take back to your next leadership meeting. How much of this year's unexplained variance is actually just the tax you pay for keeping your data messy? Because until someone puts a real dollar figure on that tax and owns fixing it, nothing changes. The waste keeps compounding, the AI pilots keep failing, and your competitors who did the hard work keep pulling further ahead. In the next video, we're finally going to flip the script. We're going to show what happens when companies stop paying that tax. When clean, structured, trusted data turns AI from an expensive experiment into the most powerful lever the business has ever had. This is from chaos to clarity, because someone has to tell you what messy data is really costing you.